a gentleman who I have known, wow, way back in 2010. That's right, and I have so much respect for since day one, and that is none other than Mr. Walter A. Smith IV. And for those new to TLC and Team NGD, by the way, that stands for New Global Dynasty, Mr. Smith is a veteran in this industry for over 25 years here in this direct sales and home-based business. He has built a huge international organization to the tens of thousands around the country and international. He travels nationwide and even international, creating success for talented people with his expertise in coaching, in mentorship, leadership, business building, team building strategies, empowering people and expanding their vision in order to reach and or exceed their goals in business and or personal. And most importantly, his true leadership, his passion, and his huge heart for people, for helping them develop into great leaders is what makes him really stand out in the field. And tonight, be prepared with your pen, your notepad, your mind wide open, and your vision that will take you and your business to the next level. So let me also step out of the way so I can get my mind and my vision stretched as well. And now bring on to the line our mentor, our success partner, Mr. Walter A. Smith IV. Mr. Smith, the line is now yours, sir.
Miss Aileen Galera, can you hear me, ma'am?
Yes, sir, loud and clear. Please take it away.
Good stuff. I appreciate you so much. Man. And let me tell you something. Every time I hear you speak, your passion just really sets me on fire. What an incredible introduction, man. And one of the things I love so much about you is you're a humble individual, a person that won't say a lot about themselves, but you're an icon yourself, man, in this industry. From where you come from to where you've been able to go, and you're still out there reaching out, helping so many people across the world. So I just want to say thank you to you. Congratulations to you, and I want to say welcome to the entire family tonight on our Sunday Vision Mastery Call, guys, where we come together as an organization and we master the mundane, the little things that you have to do consistently in this business in order to have success. So every Sunday night, we should be on this call. 9 o'clock p.m. Eastern Standard Time. We're going to have leaders that are just going to be pouring into you knowledge, years and years of knowledge that they've obtained in order to help them become successful. So again, it's my honor and privilege to be on this call with everybody tonight. Guys, this is Walter A. Smith IV, affectionately called Quattro here in the organization. And again, we're getting ready to go take it to the next level. And I don't know if I'm the only one on the call tonight. I don't know if I'm the only one today that's just been feeling the shift that's taking place, feeling the shift that's taking place in your life, the shift that's taking place in this company. I'm watching ordinary people have extraordinary success because there's a true shift that's taking place, and you're in the right place at the right time to be a part of that shift and to hold on to some coattails if you need to take your business to the next level. I want to jump right into the train tonight because I don't want to waste any time, and I know your time is valuable. I just recently posted something on Facebook, and it was about Empire. It was, people will take an hour out of their day to watch Empire, the TV show, but they won't spend 30, 20 minutes to build their own empire. And the funny thing about it is out of all the things I put on Facebook, I didn't get a lot of likes on that one, so I must have hit some nerves. So I just want to congratulate you for taking the time out when you could be doing so many other things to mastermind with this organization. Guys, let's jump right into the training tonight. One of the things that I'm a true believer in is keeping your fingers on the pulse of your organization. Just being able to discern where the team is, where the team's going, and where we might need some coaching or mentoring to go to the next level. So I'm thinking about the vision and the mission of this organization. We're tied right into Miss Stormy Wellington and her vision. And, one of the things that I was thinking about when I was looking at the organization, when I was listening, backtracking over some of the trainings that are taking place in this company, one of the things that I love to do is I love to teach and train, and I'm just so fortunate to have the gift to be able to take information and to be able to disseminate it to the masses. And that's what I love to do. I love to just be able to impart whatever I can to help the next person go to the next level. So I'm thinking about some teaching moments. I'm thinking about some things that people might assume that other people know. And, I was thinking about the fact that so many of you on the phone right now have heard Ms. Stormy Wellington talk about a 90-day blitz. The fact that she's going on a 90-day blitz, and a lot of us hear it, but we don't know what it is. You know, I know a lot of you have heard of P90X, right? You heard of going to the next level of P90X. So one of the things about P90X is that in order to succeed in P90X, you have to be able to go through the steps, to go through everything that it talks about. So there's some directions, there's some guidance on what to do, there's some daily method of operation that we all have to take and do in order to go to that next level. So I hope you are in front of your computer. Because I'm telling you, you want to see the information tonight. I'm telling you the shift that's taking place today is getting ready to go to the next level. And for those of you that are on the computer tonight, get out your pens and pads. I say it all the time. I met you said, Mr. Smith, I'd rather trust a short pencil than a long memory any day of the week. You always want to take notes. And let me tell you what the true leaders in network marketing do. First of all, they take notes. The second thing they do is they study their notes, and more importantly, they implement the things that they learn. They take notes, they study their notes, and then they implement those notes that they learn. So it's not going to be any different tonight. I'm trying to give you a little bit of time. We only have a few more spaces on the webinar. Jump on there if you can. If you can download the app, do it on your phone, but you want to see the information. You want to hear it. We want to hit as many senses tonight as possible because there's going to be a shift, I'm telling you, in this organization, and I want everybody on this call, regardless if you're personally connected to this organization, if you're on this call, you're now personally connected to the organization. So I want you to experience the shift that's going to take place. So tonight, let's talk about the 5 P's of a 90-day blitz. The 5 P's of a 90-day blitz. Right now, I need everyone on this call, and I need you just to align yourself with what I'm saying. I need you to align yourself with what I'm saying. Right now, there has to be a singular focus on this team. I don't know if you ever heard the word mastermind before, but you know, the mastermind is basically a coordination of knowledge and effort, but it's done in a spirit of harmony between 2 or more people for the attainment of a definite purpose. And that attainment is success, it's financial freedom, it's the ability to do what you want to do when you want to do it. It's coming together to help a lot of people. That's the focus. That's the mastermind. Whatever why you have, 2 or 3, and there's more than 2 or 3 on this call, so the mastermind means we're going to shift together. Our power together is going to shift and bend the universe to our will. Okay, so let's talk about the 5 P's of a 90-day blitz. For the next 90 days, as I'm going through this information, I need you to wipe out all negativity. For the next 90 days, we collectively as an organization are going to do the impossible. And the beautiful thing about the impossible is all things are possible for those who believe. And if you believe, if you're on this call, if you're taking your time, that means that there's something that you're holding on to, and you only need the faith of a mustard seed in order to move mountains. There's something you're holding on to that you need in your life, and that this opportunity is going to give it to you. And what we're going to do over the next 90 days, we're going to move mountains. We're going to take Mount Everest and we're going to put it in the middle of New York. We're going to do the impossible. And we know that we can do it because we believe. So let's give a little direction on what we're going to do as an organization over the next 90 days and where our focus needs to be. Okay? So the first P in our 90-day blitz is prospecting. Prospecting. What that means in our 90-day blitz, we're going to focus a little bit more on prospecting. Okay, so if you didn't know what you're supposed to be doing, these 5 P's are going to give you 5 P's are going to give you exactly that: prospecting or exposing. And the thing that I need you to understand in network marketing, it's he or she that exposes the most amount of people will win the game. Not sign up. He or she that exposes the most amount of people will win the game. Well, one of the things about exposing is that you need consistency. And that's where most people, they suffer. They'll expose a few people on Monday, then they're not back at it again for 2 weeks. Maybe they do 10 people on one day and then do one. There needs to be consistency. Exposure is everything in this business, and exposure is very simple. And I define something as simple as something you can do easy and something you can't do, right? It's easy to do and it's easy not to do. But we need to focus as an organization that we're all going to prospect, we're going to expose people, and we're going to be consistent throughout the 90 days. Okay, so this is the goal as an organization. Again, something simple, something that everyone can do. We're going to focus on exposing, and you choose the number, between the 3 to 5 people per day. Okay, we're going to give you even 2 days off in the week. So 5 days a week, we want you to focus on exposing 3 to 5 people per day. And as you're around people, I want you to use the 3-foot rule. This is something I was taught long time ago in network marketing, the 3-foot rule. And what that means is that if there's anybody that's within 3 feet of you, you should be striking up a conversation. You should be asking them the questions. Ask them a little bit about themselves. Just use the 3-foot rule to say, anybody within 3 feet of me, I'm going to strike up a conversation. And I know in that conversation, I'm going to ask them the 2 questions. I'm going to ask them what they're doing for extra income, something so that I can expose them to what I'm doing. And sometimes at that moment, you're just getting a name and number, and you might come back to them later on. But 3 to 5 people a day. And I want you to just think about it. If you're online, I want you to look at this example. If you expose 3 people a day for 5 days a week, that's 15 people that you exposed. Think about that. 15 people you exposed. Now take those 15 people times 4 weeks in a month. That's 60 people that you have now exposed. Now I want you to take it a step further. That's just you doing it. Imagine if you had 1 person, 2 people, 3, 4, 5 people in your organization who are on this call right now that buy into that philosophy that the number 1 P of prospecting they're going to focus on and be consistent, and they each do the same thing. You're talking about 60 times 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 people in your organization, which now expands your network. And if you expand your network, you can increase your net worth. That's incredible when you think about the fact that all you need is a small amount of people to buy into this one simple philosophy. 60 people per month. And this industry is so predictable that statistically, when a new person comes into network marketing, usually for every 10 people they expose, 1 person will join your business. For every 10 people you expose, put them through the exposure process, 1 of those individuals will join your business. And the beautiful thing about getting in there and doing the thing is as you do the thing, you get better. So eventually it turns into every 10, 2 people. And if you really get good, if you master it, it's 3 people. So just imagine starting off with just for every 10 people I know, and statistically it's been shown that out of 10 people, 1 person will come on board. That's 6 people a month. Do you know the average person doesn't even recruit 3 people in their lifetime in network marketing? But if we focus on it, I want you to write this down. Whatever you focus on will expand. Whatever you don't focus on, it dies. Whatever you focus on will expand. So you have to focus on this and watch it grow. Again, the vision calls about seeing it in your mind's eye. What I call the third eye of the mind. Seeing it in your mind's eye before it actually happens. Okay, 3 people a day. Times 5 days, that's 15 people. Times 4 weeks, that's 60 people a month. Now, if I can just get a couple more people to buy into it, now I can see myself closer to my next goal. So the first P is prospecting. And as an organization, I need the people on the call that are serious, the people that are truly buying into the first P to physically stand up right now out of your seat. Yeah, I'm talking to you. Stand up out of your seat. I need you to stand in agreement with me, not just in words, but in action. I need you to stand in agreement with me that as an organization, we're going to be consistent and that you commit doing what you said you would do, even long after the mood you said it in has left you, that you're going to commit to 3 to 5 people a day. You pick the number and stay consistent. And for all of those that stood up, we're standing in agreement with you. The second P is PS3. The second P in the 5 Ps of a 90-day blitz is PS3. We have to do more piquing interest. We have to do more showing the plan, and we have to do more three-way calls, okay? PS3, piquing interest. We have to sample more people. We need to get more product into the marketplace, which means over the next 90 days, you might need to increase your ordership a little bit. You need to have more samples on hand so you can plant more seeds. Piquing the interest, getting more samples into people's hands. Asking those 2 questions to more people than you've ever asked before. Getting those momentum magazines in people's hands so they can see the stories. We need you to pique more interest by sharing more stories. We need you to pique more interest by sharing more stories about the opportunity and the lives that are being changed. But again, in the next 90 days, what are we going to do? We're going to do more prospecting, and we're going to do more PS3s. So we're piquing more people's interest. We're going to show the plan to more people. Showing the plan means using the website, using the conference calls. We have a 24-hour conference call number that can show the plan for you 24 hours a day. That number is 518-777-4062. We're going to show the plan. We're going to show the plan using the flip chart more than ever. We're going to burn up Kinko's. We're going to burn up Office Max. We're going to get these flip charts, and we're going to be sitting down over lunchtime. No, lunchtime is not the time to chat with your coworkers. It's the time to meet somebody at their local coffee shop and show the plan. If we need to send a YouTube video to somebody, we're going to do it more. If we're going to show the plan, we're going to send more people. I want the webmaster to have to call and say, listen, we need to increase something because so many people are going to www.teamngd.com. I don't know if the service can handle it. What are you guys doing? What we're doing, we're focusing on PS3, piquing interest, and we're showing the plan. Get them to Team NGD and let them follow the steps. But I want you to remember this. And showing the plan, unless you're sitting down with a flip chart, you want to do it with a third-party tool. Remember, in this business, if you talk long, you talk wrong. Unless you're sitting down, you're going through the flip chart, don't try to talk someone into the business. Get them to a third-party tool and learn to master leveraging your time. You see, if you can get 4 or 5 people to the website, you can get 4 or 5 people to a conference call, let me tell you something. You can leverage your time. You can have more people hearing about your opportunity, okay? And then 3-way calls. I want my phone to blow up this next 90 days. I know Ms. Galera, Mr. Scott, some of the other leaders on this call right now want their phone blowing up more than ever before because 3-way calls mean that you're properly using the system, and a 3-way call is the continuation of the exposure process. Allow your upline to help you. I can't tell you how many times I follow up with new IBOs and I say, whatever happened to that lady? Whatever happened to that young man, that young lady that you were exposing? Oh, they said they weren't interested. No, that's what they told you. Get your expert on the phone that can handle objections. You see, you bring the trust, right? Your upline, the person you're using as your expert, brings the respect. Allow them to talk. Allow them to go through some objections with your person and guide them where they need to go. You see, a lot of times it's easy for your friend to tell you no. If you're inexperienced, sometimes you just want to get off the phone because you're so scared. Allow your plugged-in upline to help you. I was just sharing with a family member today as they were following up with people. Become a master at taking it off yourself and putting it on someone else. You see, people don't tell me no because in my mind, I already know in our conversation, you're getting on a 3-way call. It's not even an option. Hey, listen, I know you said, and let me tell you what I've done many times. A person can say, you know what, I don't really know if I'm interested in that thing. And you know what I say to them? Hey, listen, before you say no, I have to do my part to introduce you to this gentleman that I'm working with this young lady I'm working with. They're having phenomenal success. And the reason I want to connect you with them is because they remind me so much of yourself. They're so down to earth. They love helping people, love having fun, making some serious income, and they know 100% of the information. I told them that I was working with you, and I just want to make sure I make that connection. Hold on, let me see if I can get him or her on the phone. Take it off yourself. Allow that expert to use their knowledge, their experience to move this person to the next level. They're not always going to be able to do it, but that's what they're there for. So the second P that we're going to focus on this next 90 days is piquing interest, showing the plan, and a three-way call. Man, I'm on fire tonight. I feel the shift taking place. Number 3, guys, is planning. We have to plan more than ever. Planning. You have to have goals in this business. In life, you have to have goals. I said it before on the call the other night that Les Brown said that most people don't hit their intended goal in life, not because they set them too high and missed them, but because they set them too low and they hit them. Most people don't set goals. And not setting a goal is like getting out onto a sailboat, putting up the sail, and just letting the wind take you wherever you want to go. You have to have an intended direction in this business. So let's talk about the 6 steps of setting a goal. Some of you have never set a goal before. Some of you heard a goal and you just had something in your mind, but you didn't understand there's actually some philosophies behind setting goals. So let's talk about the 6 steps of setting and planning goals. The first thing is that your goal must be written. Something incredible happens when you write it down. The word says write the vision and make it plain. You have to write your goals down. So if your goal is to become binary qualified, if your goal is to go director this week, if your goal is to go executive director, regional, national, then write it down. Write it on paper and write it in the present tense. I am. Do you understand that I am are the most powerful words that you can ever say? The power of life and death is right there in your mouth, in your tongue. And I am are the sweetest words that your ears could ever hear. But it's also the most dangerous that your ears could ever hear if you're not connecting it to the right thing. So you want to write down your goal and you want to say, I am binary qualified. I am director. I am executive director. I am regional, national. I am. Your mind wants to know, and it wants to hear you say it. You see, it works in the opposite way, that you have to believe it first, and then it happens. And when you're telling yourself all of this in the present tense, your mind says, well, doggone it, if you're saying you are, then let me hurry up and make the surroundings and the things necessary for you to be what you say you are true. So the goal has to be written. The second thing is it has to have a date to it. Attach a date to it, okay? Attach a date to it. So whatever day you're believing you're going to hit that goal, attach that date to that goal. Okay? The third thing is you want to list the obstacles, and this is so important because, I've heard people say before, I just had a gentleman that the other day was fired up, and then when I talked to him today, he's like, I have some things going on. I'll have to wait until, this is over. I get through that. And I need everybody to understand on the phone, as long as you're living, as long as you're breathing, you're going to go through something. Welcome to life. You're going to constantly go through something. The beautiful thing about it, if you have the right mindset, as you're going through something, all you're doing is becoming tougher, stronger as you grow through that situation. And the situation that you go through, every situation, whether you can see it in front of you or not, is to strengthen you for the next step, and more importantly, is to help somebody else that's going through what you went through. So list the obstacles that you know right off the bat. Let the enemy know, look, I know what's coming at me. I've already listed the obstacles. You're all right, so what, I don't have a car. Let me call some of my teammates and let them know that I'm committed to this 90-day blitz and see if I can get somebody to help me. Oh, yeah, you know what, I don't have enough money for the bus, but let me see if I can borrow a few dollars. List the obstacles of the things that are going to try, and that magic word is try to stop you so that you can identify those things, but more importantly, later on when you're speaking to your coach, allow your coach to help you, to coach you through some of those obstacles. Again, when 2 or 3 come together, 2 or 3, so those obstacles, as you identify them, somebody's going to meet you at a road place to help you get over those things, whether it be physically, whether it be giving you coaching and ideas. You need to identify them first and then ask for the help. Number 4 in planning goals is identify the people that you're working with. And let me tell you something. It's always easier to give birth than it is to resurrect the dead. If you've brought somebody into the business and they're not working and you're still calling them after 3, 4, 5, 6 weeks, let them go. Give birth. It's always easier to give birth than it is to resurrect the dead, okay? Find new blood. New blood is the lifeline of your business. So you want to identify some people that are in. You know, that's why it's so important, and I know your coaches have told you this. That's why it's so important that when you get on these calls, you say your name and where you're calling from. Because what I'm doing, I'm listening. I'm listening for the people that are plugged in. Outside of seeing the reports, outside of seeing everybody who's on the webinar, outside of seeing the phone list of the hundreds of people that are on this call, I'm listening for the people that are speaking up. I'm listening for the people that are letting their groups know, hey, I'm on this call. And those are the people that I have identified that qualify for my time, as should you. Who qualifies for your time? Who wants this like you want it? Who's staying up past their bedtime to get this done? Those are the people you want to identify and you want to work with. Number 5, in planning your goals and the steps of planning your goals, you want a plan of action. You want to plan. You want to get with your coach and you want to plan this thing out. You want to plan your work and then you want to work that plan. You want a roadmap to success. You don't just want to go out here and run. No, in order to play football, you got to have some plays and plans. It's not as easy as just running from one end of the field to the next. There's some plans that have to take place. There's a plan book. There's some things we need to do to get to our intended goal, and this is no different. Step number 6, what's in it for you? You see, your mind goes to work when it knows that there's a reward at the end of the road. What's in it for you? What's in it for you? I'm a shoe fanatic. I love shoes. I love belts. I love suits. I like those things. So sometimes, just like this weekend, you know, I've been working hard. I've been putting in some work. I've been studying. I've been doing some things, and I felt the need to just reward myself for the hard work. Myself and Mr. Scott went out and did what we like to do, bought some suits. Reward myself just a little bit, just to feel like what I'm doing is working. Thank you, TLC, for the suit. But what's in it for you? What are you going to do at the end of the 90 days? What are you going to do to reward yourself? What's in it for you? I want everybody to know that in this industry, you have to have a calendar. And we've talked about this. You have to map out your calendar. Is your calendar filled with activity? Yes or no? Is your calendar filled with activity? Yes or no? Now, let me, as a coach, give you some good coaching advice. If your calendar is not filled out with activity, it's going to be hard to hit a certain goal. Activity from yourself, it starts with you, and then what is your team doing? Do you know what the qualifications are to even get to the next level? What does it take to go director? It's $1,000 in group qualifying volume on your left and your right, and 80 in personal volume. That's director. Okay? You got to know these things as you're planning out your goals. Executive director, 5,000 in group qualifying volume on your left and your right, 80 in personal volume. And you have to have one personally sponsored director. Did you know that? You got to know these things when you're planning out and mapping. Regional director, 10,000 in group qualifying volume on your left and your right. 120 PV. Did you know that? Could you possibly have everything set, but because you didn't know your personal volume, miss it? You have to know these things. And one personally sponsored executive director. National director, 20,000 in group qualifying volume on your left and your right. And 120 in personal volume, and one person-sponsored regional director. Dual team qualified, one on your left, one on your right. I got a call not too long ago from a new family member, and you know I got my dual team. Oh, that's great. And when I went in just looking at some things, I'm like, yeah, you did bring on 2 new people, but you know one has to be on your left and your right. That's why it's always suggested to counsel, because it's easier to do it first and right time than to go back. So when you're planning, you have to look at your calendar. You have to look at the activity, and you have to know exactly where you're going. As you're planning, There's a rhythm that needs to take place in your organization. Do you understand our pay structure? Do you understand how our week works? Do you know that if you create a rhythm in your organization, that you'll actually have business flowing that you couldn't stop if you want to? Do you understand that this team has been successful in these type of, not necessarily a month-to-month qualification, but a week-to-week qualification? So we learned how to use the zones in order to maximize and create a rhythm in our organization. We have 3 zones that we use all throughout the week to create that rhythm. Could you imagine getting on one of those boats where everybody's in there and they're rowing, the rowboats, right? And there's 20 people in there rowing and the rhythm's off. One person has their paddles in the water, the other one has them up. No, it moves at lightning speed because there's a rhythm that's taking place. And it's the same thing in this business. We have 3 zones. The first zone is the white zone. And in that white zone, you're putting a little bit more concentration on massive exposures. The beginning of our work week starts on Friday. Friday, Saturday, and Sunday is considered the white zone, and massive exposures is the focus. We're getting out as many samples, talking to as many people as possible, getting as many people in our pipeline and our funnel as possible. Because we know after Sunday, we're going into the blue zone. So all those individuals from the past days and weeks, we're going to follow up with them. You understand that somebody today that comes in your business you might have exposed 2 or 3 weeks ago? But if you have your funnel filled, if you have your pipeline filled, you have people coming in all the time. So the blue zone, which is Monday and Tuesdays, we're doing more follow-up. We're showing the plan to people that we've exposed. Never just give someone a sample of your tea and then don't follow up with them. No, follow up. For the ones who say they want some more information, give them some more information. So in the blue zone, your organization now understands that I'm still moving, but I have a different focus, right? As we go into the red zone. In the red zone, that's at the end of the week. Wednesday, you're going to be closing out. Thursday, you're just cleaning up. But you're closing out. You're upgrading people. You know, people came on at the $50, upgrade them. People came in at $100 and made some money, upgrade them. It's crunch time. Because we know that by Thursday, technically Friday at midnight, right, that's the last point when volume can go in the computer. So in the white zone, you're focusing on getting exposures. The blue zone following up, red zone closing. And what you want to do is your organization wants to move in that rhythm so that, again, you, 15, 14, 20 people are doing the same thing. You're massively exposing people. Then you all shift without you even having a call. Maybe send out a text message and you can feel the shift in the earth. You feel the shift in the universe. You feel the shift in your business that now everybody's following up. They're out there showing a plan. You're going into Panera Bread to your favorite table, and you see somebody from your team in there showing a plan. You know, you go into another restaurant, and you see 2 or 3 folks in your business showing a plan because they've shifted the focus. And then in the red zone on Wednesday and Thursday, your phone is blowing up, welcome calls, people coming into the team, people focus. Red zone, you can contact somebody at 11 o'clock at night because we're all pushing for the next level. There's 2 ways to exert your strength. One is pushing down, the other one's pulling up, and we're always pulling up. We're always pulling up. We're always pushing somebody to the next level, okay? So you want to understand, if you create this rhythm, and this is, again, not just the points, this is the philosophy, that there's a rhythm that's created. And when you start to get in a rhythm with your organization, massive success happens, okay? So number 3 is planning. Number 4 is personal development. I'm going to be as bold as to say, and I don't care who says different, that this journey in MLM or network marketing is about the person that you become in the process. It's about the person that you become in the process. The person that you were when you first started and the person that you're going to become are going to be 2 different people. You're going to start to get irritated by the TV. You're going to start to get irritated by negative people. You're going to start to get irritated about the naysayers. You're going to become a different person, and you're going to have to become a different person in order to go to the next level. Because the same person that you are right now when you get your dual team cannot be the same person that you are when you go executive director or director. The same person that you are right now when you sponsored maybe 1 or 2 and have an organization of 5 people cannot be the same person that you have to be in order to lead 500 people. So you're going to have to grow. So in the next 90 days as an organization, And I need those individuals to step up. I need you to stand up right now, and if you're on the webinar, I even want you to type in that you're standing up right now. I need you to stand up because it's that important that you stand in agreement with me right now. Over the course of the next 90 days, we're going to increase our personal development. There's a book that's going to take place that I want everyone, if you don't have it, to get it. As an organization, we're going to start reading it tomorrow, called The Dream Giver. Because I'm telling you right now, with this shift that's taking place, that life is going to see how bad you want it. Things are going to start to happen, not because I'm speaking them on your life, but as a coach, because I'm telling you to expect some things to happen. Expect some people that you thought were going to come into business won't. Expect some people that you thought really had your back won't even buy any product in the late hours when you're going for the next pin level. Expect some things to happen, but that book, The Dream Giver, is going to give you a roadmap. It's going to give you a better understanding of what's going to happen, and even more importantly, why it is happening, so that you can go and grow to the next level. The magic of believing. We need to be listening to that all throughout the next 90 days. The strangest secret. We need to listen to that all throughout the next 90 days. The same way you'd have 15 different CDs in your car and exchange them as you're going to work, that's what you're listening to. Jim Rohn, Building Your Network Marketing Business. You need to be listening to that every day. We need to exchange this personal development. We need to grow our mind, and we need to break the barriers that are trying to hold us back as an organization as we all move together to have success, okay? So I want you to, over the next 90 days, I want you to decrease the TV. I want you to decrease the negativity. I want you to decrease the gossip. I want you to cut the news away. I want you to move yourself away from the naysayers. I am a true believer that I build on all positivity and I destroy all negativity within my circumference. I don't do it. If you call me and there's something wrong, let's work on a solution. But I don't do pity parties. I can't afford to do them. Life is trying to hold me back, and life almost was holding me back for the last couple months. I can't do it. I have to be that driving force of positivity, and I suggest that you do the same exact thing with your organization. No naysayers. I don't want to hear any negativity. I can't afford it because I know that the enemy is going to try to slip through and sneak through and slime his way through any way possible with the naysayers. We're bringing something negative on the news, and all I want you to do over the next 90 days is think positivity. Everything is positive. I'm so happy and grateful for everything, for waking up, for life. The fact that I'm seen today and not viewed. The fact that my beautiful daughter just called me 3 times while I'm on this call, but Daddy is just pouring out, and I'll talk to you later. I'm so happy and grateful for everything. And it's that mindset, it's that feeling, it's that vibration that I want to stay connected to. So I apologize in advance if you're a naysayer. I can't do it. I apologize in advance if you're negative. I can't do it. I am standing out of my seat right now with all those that are standing in agreement with me right now, physically standing, that we're going to try our hardest, that we're going to hold each other accountable to stay as positive as possible, and we're going to attract those others that do the same. We're going to increase the water in our bodies over the next 90 days so we can flush away those negative vibrations. We can flush away those toxins as we're drinking the tea, and we can make space for the positive, everything that's going to be coming into our lives. We're going to try to increase our exercise a little bit so that we can get those cobwebs off our mind as we sharpen our skills to become professionals in this field. Personal growth is key, and we need to focus on personal development. One of my goals in 2016 is just become a better me. A better me, not focusing on who's doing what wrong and who did this. Better me. A better me. To not hold on to things and just to be happy and grateful and count the blessings and to continue to grow myself. You see, there's some naysayers right now that are like, oh, look at that group having their calls, doing this, that, and that's okay. They've never seen an ambassador group in the making, and that's okay. I understand that You have to walk, talk, and act as an ambassador way before it happens. You have to act, feel like a millionaire way before it happens. And that's where the personal growth comes in. If you're waiting to grow when you get an organization, it'll never happen. If you want to attract a superstar to your business and you're not working on becoming one, it's never going to happen. The next 90 days, personal development, starting off with The Dream Giver by Bruce Wilkinson. I'm telling you, as a coach, as a mentor, as a friend, that book is going to help you in your journey more than you ever know. Personal development. And the 5 P's, the 5th P is personal coach. Let me tell you something. If you have a sponsor who's calling you more than you're calling them, shame on you. Your personal coach. Be in constant contact with your personal coach. Your personal coach, your plugged-in upline, is a tool to help you become successful. If you want to knock down a wall, if you want to build a shelf, you're going to need tools. And that's what your coach is there for, to be a tool for you. Your coach is there to ensure that you're going through the right motions, but more importantly, with the right emotions. Your coach is there to help you. You see, mentorship is wisdom without waiting. And one of the things that I've always shared with people, listen, I understand it's going to be uncomfortable, but I'll never, ever ask you to do anything that I'm not willing to do, haven't done, or that's going to harm your business. You just have to trust. Give 1% so I can earn the other 99, that the things that I'm asking you to do, as much as you might not like to do it, if you do the thing, you'll have the results. Plug into your coach. I just can't tell you how many times I'm sitting down or I'm calling people and they're not returning my calls, and it's not that, I'm a new me. It doesn't bother me anymore because I'm going to pour into somebody. I'm going to pour into somebody. I'm going to help somebody, and if they're not the individuals that I'm working with right now, I'm going to find them. Let me tell you, when your mentor's organization grows, the number of people that they can directly work with is going to decrease. Take the time now. You have ambassadors on this call. There's so many of you right now that have ambassador written all over you. Be wise, take their counsel, and take their time as valuable. I know sometimes we're around a person a lot. We start to take them for granted. Always remember that your team is going to do what you do and not what you say. And if you're not plugging in your coach, your team's not plugging into you. And if you're not duplicating the right activity, you'll never have a walk-away organization. I want an organization of independent distributors so that one day I can be free. Plug into your coach. Counsel. Spend time when you can. I can't tell you how many times, and you've heard Mr. Scott talk about this, we were in an organization and they brought this gentleman in. This gentleman, when I say an icon in the industry, I'm talking about was on the phone personally with Jim Rohn. I mean, he had so many high connections, Les Brown. It was just crazy. He was on that level. Created, over $1 billion in sales throughout his time in network marketing. And there was something that he saw in myself, Mr. Scott, one of our other partners, and he said, listen, I literally charge companies $100,000, $200,000 to go in and consult. Individuals right now want my time, and I'm just booked out for the next couple of years. But there's something in you individuals, I want to mentor you. We were flattered and honored. And he said, there's one small thing I need to make sure we're clear on. I'm going to mentor you every day, every Wednesday at this day. We're going to spend an hour on the phone. If you're ever late on that call, one of you, if all 3 of you aren't on that call, if you're ever late, the counseling stops. Do you know for an entire year we were never late? Do you know for an entire year there was times where we were on the phone, he might have gotten held up and been an hour late, and guess what? We didn't treat it like elementary school. We didn't treat it like high school or college where you hope the professor doesn't come, and if the professor's not there in 10 minutes, you hang the phone up. No, we stayed on the phone. because we wanted that personal coaching. We wanted that personal mentorship because we understood that the wisdom that he had was going to allow us to compound time and go to the next level without having to go through the bumps and bruises and some of the other things we'd have to go through. Please, please don't take for granted your sponsor. There's something that's so special between the relationship of a sponsor and a sponsee, if that's even a word. Value it, because as you do unto your sponsor, your organization is going to do unto you. Plug into your personal coach. Ask for help. Ask and it shall be given. Seeking ye shall find. Knock and the door shall be opened unto you. Ask for personal help. And when you ask your coach for help, please be quiet. Don't get on the phone with your coach. Ask for help. Your coach has 15 minutes to talk to you, and you're talking up 12 and a half minutes of it. Ask, and it shall be given. Ask for the help. Allow your coach to share with you what they would do, because all they're going to suggest that you do is what they would do and what's going to help grow your business. The 5 P's of a 90-day blitz. Over the course of the next 90 days, we as an organization are getting ready to shift it up. We're getting ready to tear some things up. I'm telling you, I feel it. I've been feeling it all day. Let me tell you something. As I'm speaking to you and I'm speaking into you, a shift is getting ready to take place in your life. If you felt it, tonight is the confirmation. Tonight is just the confirmation. Prospecting exposures, PS3, planning goals, personal development, and plugging more into our personal coaches for the next 90 days. I want to see more pin levels broken. I want to see more checks on the stage. I want to see more people that plug into this call on stage at our next convention. Over the course of the next 90 days, incredible miracles can happen if we as an organization, as a mastermind group, stand in agreement that positivity, no gossiping, no negative, that we're gonna coach each other, we're gonna cheer each other, we're gonna empower each other to go to the next level. Next level. Telling you, I feel it. I feel it. I feel it. The shift is getting ready to take place. And if it's just 1 or 2 on the call, that's okay. If it's 3 or 4, that's even better. If it's 5, 6, 7, the webinar's almost maxed out. If you're really standing in agreement, then let's get this thing done. Let's encourage each other. Let's have people watching on social media to say, what is going on with them? What's going on? A shift is going on. That's what's taking place. You better hold on to something because it's getting ready to shake up. That being said, I want to open up the call to any leaders on the back line that want to jump out there, that want to share, that want to add to the shift. Take it away.
Walter A. Smith, 4th Quattro. Can you hear me, sir?
I can hear you loud and clear, sir. Take it away.
Jason L. Scott, 1st all over the world, sir. Incredible, incredible, super fantastic. One of the things that you already know when you started talking and just talking about the 5 P's and all the things that people have to focus on in order for them to be part of this shift is understanding that once you really allow yourself to let this information seep in and get into all the cracks, and all of a sudden get into all the crannies, and all of a sudden you start to say, you know what, I'm feeling it. I can feel fuller now. I can feel stronger now. See, what happens, Mr. Smith, is when you get involved, then all of a sudden the shift happens, and then you must evolve. In order to really evolve, you must get involved. And you gave some key nuggets tonight that get people to just really involve themselves, because that evolution that's happening right now, that shift that's happening right now, that you have gotten involved and you will evolve, now that you have understood, as I said time and time and time again, learning to go through the motions with the proper emotions. Everything you shared tonight gave them the motion, it gave them the proper emotions, it got them involved in order for them to evolve, and not just them, but myself, sir, as well. Incredible job sharing the information tonight, getting everybody on stand-up mode in order to start marching, not tomorrow, like right now. So I appreciate you, sir, and all that you bring to the organization. I turn the phone call back over to you.
Appreciate you so much, Mr. Scott. I appreciate all that you do for the entire organization. I appreciate you as a soldier, sir, while I was down on one knee. Just, we came into the organization, linked up with an incredible leader, Stormy Wellington, sir. And while I was down on one knee, you just took the ball, you ran with it. You constantly said, don't worry about it, Smith. We're going to do this thing, man, like EPMD from back in the day. We're going to do it while you down on one knee. I got you, brother. And you've been doing it. And I just want you to know in front of all the people on the call tonight, your boy is back. Appreciate you so much, sir, for all that you do. Anybody else on the back line want to share before we open up the call?
Mr. Smith, this is Aileen, sir.
Miss Aileen Galera, take it away, Diamond.
Thank you. Very, very powerful, just in time. I like what you said, the next level, and I feel it actually here all the way here in the West Coast. And you said about, start identifying the people that you want to work with, the people that deserve your time, the people that really want this. And I have to really also work on that for me, because I'm a people pleaser person. So I sound like I want to help everybody. But you know what? Just like if I try to help everybody, I'm gonna die. Right? We're gonna die. So we gotta identify people that really truly want this and deserve our time. Because truly, the new blood in our business the new blood is the lifeline of our business. And thank you for mentioning that, and that really makes sense. So again, a great call tonight, Mr. Smith. Thank you, and I turn the call back to you.
I appreciate you so much, man. Appreciate all that you do for the organization on the front end, on the back end. Just an incredible leader, and I'm just so happy and grateful to be connected to somebody like yourself. Mr. Scott, if you do me a favor, sir, and please open up that line so that we can...
All callers are unmuted. All callers are muted and may unmute themselves by pressing *6.
Agreement with these 5 Ps, and that the next 90 days we're going to the next level. They're going to be a part of that shift. They're going to be a part of that 6.9 on the Richter scale. We want to hear them. So if there's anybody on the line that wants to share tonight, any questions, any comments, jump out there. Yes, ma'am. We're going to go ahead and take we'll take the young lady. Yes, ma'am. Take it away, Ms. Alexander. Then we'll go ahead with Chris. Thank you.
Oh, my God. I am so excited. I am ready for this shift. Everything that you said tonight, I was just so able to identify. Matter of fact, I was texting Mr. Scott is he in my brain? I'm just so excited, just piquing the interest, getting out there, doing massive exposures. I'm just excited. I feel it. So I'm definitely in agreement with you. Let's do it. I'm ready, Mr. Smith. Oh, my God, I'm so excited. I'll turn the call back over to you.
Appreciate you so much, man. I appreciate you so much. I remember the first time we spoke on the phone, it was just such a connection, just so much energy, and just I'm ready for the shift to take place for you as well. So I appreciate you jumping out there and sharing, ma'am, and just excited for what's going to take place. Chris Olahan, is that you, sir?
Yes, sir, Mr. Smith. This is Chris Olahan in Virginia. I just wanted to give you a shout-out and say amazing call. 2 points in your 5 points that I wanted to just talk about briefly. This takes everybody to a whole new level. I just redid all my goals when I joined TLC. I just took a whole new system from Darren Hardy, who's one of my most favored mentors from success. And he's got a system called Living Your Best Year Ever, and using that system to just redo, rewrite, plan my goals here for the next 10 years. And the other thing I did, too, was I created a huge vision board on steroids, I guess you could call it, all focused around going ambassador with TLC. So the 2 really key points for everybody to just take it to another level. So I'll turn it back over to you.
Absolutely, sir. I appreciate you so much for all you're doing, and congratulations to the explosive growth that you're having with your organization. And like you said, let's take it to the next level, sir. Anybody else before we close the call this evening?
Mr. Smith, can you hear me? This is Rose Coleman from Springfield, Mass.
Miss Coleman, absolutely, ma'am. Take it away.
Oh, man, I thank you so much for the call on tonight. I was just actually saying to one of my new business partners on the same things about exposing the business 3 and 5 times a day, getting back to the business where we once was before. And I thank you so much for that great call on tonight. Back to you.
Well, Miss Coleman, I appreciate you, ma'am. Appreciate you for always plugging in, always doing what you need to do to become successful, ma'am. And I'm telling you right now, I'm standing right now physically in agreement with you that your business is going to shift It's going to the next level. And the word that I have for you, man, is do not waver in your belief. Continue to believe and watch what happens in your business. Appreciate you so much, man. We'll go ahead and take maybe 2 more folks before we close the call. Go ahead and press *6 on your phone and jump out there.
All right, this is Robin in Charlotte. How's it going tonight?
Doing incredible, sir. Take it away.
What an awesome call. We just want to thank you for pouring out into us tonight. We've been started implementing some of these ideas that you already have as far as updating our goals and exposure. Exposure is key. That was just so powerful. The more people you meet, it's not so many as the people you sign up, but the more people you meet. So we thank you for pouring out into us tonight. And I feel that awesome shift, and we're going to run with this 90 days, and we're not going to stop till it's over.
Absolutely, sir. Well, I definitely appreciate you for jumping on the call. Appreciate you for jumping out there and sharing those words of wisdom with the entire organization, and much success. And again, that shift is coming your way. Appreciate you so much. Anybody else before we get ready to close the call this evening?
Mr. Smith, can you hear me?
Absolutely, Miss Nikki Smith. Take it away.
Mr. Smith, I am so excited. This call has refueled my fire. I'm excited because I hear the excitement in your voice. I feel that you have the best interest for me, and I appreciate you for always not allowing me to just succumb to my pity party, my pity-patty parties, the what was me parties, and you push me out there and said swim. I appreciate all those things that you do for me, and I just want to say I'm so excited for you and your family. I feel the fire in you. I feel that you're back, and that excites me to want to do more and be more, and I'll turn the call back over to you.
Well, I appreciate you so much, Ms. Smith, and I appreciate you being an incredible, incredible student and friend, and just doing the things you need to do to set your family free, and as well as the entire organization tonight. I just appreciate each and every one of you. We're going to take one more person before we close the call. One more person.
Hi, Mr. Smith.
Yes, ma'am.
Hi, this is Vivian Mara from Florida.
Yes, ma'am. Take it away.
And I just wanted to say that it began with me on yesterday with the training call that you did. The whole shift came from me in the mindset, and it came at a time I really, really needed that. And I just wanted to let you know that thank you so much for tonight, not just giving the shift in the mindset, but actually the standing and the movement of that I literally felt that movement happen within me as we were all standing. You literally had us to stand. And so now I have that plan of action to develop the playbook that I have for this. So I just wanted to say thank you so much for just pouring into, though I've never met you, but as a coach, you can give and find someone to pour into as you're doing this. So I just want to say thank you, not only pouring into, but the pulling out of. And for that, I'm eternally grateful. So I'll just turn it back over to you, sir.
Well, I appreciate you so much, ma'am, and appreciate all the kind words. And one of the things that we've used as a motto in this organization for years is faith, family, and finance, and nothing comes from me, it comes within me. So I just thank the Creator for allowing me to be able to pour into each and every one of you, and more importantly, for those of you that received it, to Him is all the glory. And I just know that the shift is going to take place. The have-nots are going to have some incredible things are going to happen. This is what I'm going to ask everybody to do. I want to make sure that if you're not connected on social media, connect with me on social media. I want to hear the success. I want to see what's taking place in your life and in your business. Let's make sure that we're constantly keeping each other encouraged to go to the next level, guys. This is Walter A. Smith IV. I want you to remember something, and I'm speaking to you personally on this call, that your destiny is not a matter of chance. It's a matter of a choice. And it's not something that you should wait for. It's something that you have to go out and achieve. So let the shift begin tonight, and let's go out starting tomorrow and achieve. Everybody take care, take charge. More importantly, God bless. This is Walter A. Smith IV. Have an incredible evening.
All callers are muted. All callers are unmuted.
Incredible call.
Great call. Great call.
Great call.
Great call, sir.
Thank you so much. Awesome call.